What if this time the problem isn't a lack of goals, but the absence of spiritual direction? Everyone talks about fresh starts, promises, and change, yet few stop to ask, who is truly guiding this new beginning? The Bible reveals that a new season is only truly transformative when it is rooted in the presence of God. That is exactly what you will find here. 15 biblical lessons for a new year guided by God. Deep principles that align the heart before any decision is made and place faith at the center of the journey. Throughout these 15 biblical lessons, you will discover that God does not guide paths alone. He shapes character, strengthens faith, and teaches us to live with purpose, perseverance, and gratitude. The Bible does not promise a journey without challenges, but it offers wisdom to walk through them with confidence. If you desire to begin this new season with spiritual clarity, firmer decisions, and a genuine communion with God, subscribe to the channel now, turn on notifications, and walk with us through each of these lessons that can completely transform your spiritual life. The new year always awakens deep expectations, especially when speaking about the year 2026, a time many long to live with greater meaning and direction. The Bible teaches that it is not enough to simply turn the calendar page. The heart must be aligned. Biblical lessons reveal that the beginning sets the tone for the journey. Starting the year in God's presence is about establishing foundations before taking any steps. The first biblical lesson we learn to begin a year is to seek God before making plans. The Bible teaches that the path must be surrendered before it is walked, because God works best when He is placed first. In the new year, this means prioritizing spiritual pursuit before practical decisions. Biblical lessons show that planning without divine direction leads to effort without peace. This truth is grounded in Psalms, chapter 37, verse 5. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. In the year 2026, this verse teaches that surrender is not giving up, but trusting. The Bible makes it clear that God moves when there is sincere surrender. Biblical lessons show that those who begin by seeking Him walk with greater clarity. Seeking God before planning involves creating simple and consistent routines. In the new year, setting aside time for reading the Bible, prayer, and reflection helps realign priorities. Books like Psalms and Proverbs guide thoughts and decisions. Biblical lessons teach that those who seek direction before action avoid confused paths. In this way, the year 2026 begins with spiritual balance. The second biblical lesson we learn to begin a year is to trust the Lord's direction, even when the entire path is not visible. The Bible teaches that people plan their way, but God directs their steps. In the new year, this truth confronts the desire for absolute control. Biblical lessons show that trust is essential to move forward in faith. This lesson is found in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. In the year 2026, this passage reminds us that God adjusts routes to protect and mature us. The Bible reveals that not every change is a delay. Often, it is care. Biblical lessons strengthen trust even in uncertainty. Trusting God's direction translates into accepting processes and timelines different from what was expected. In the new year, this means remaining steadfast even when answers are not immediate. The Bible teaches that God works in the unseen while the heart learns to rest. Biblical lessons show that true faith stands firm even without visible guarantees. Thus, the year 2026 is built step by step. The third biblical lesson we learn to begin a year is to consecrate the entire year to the Lord. The Bible teaches that what is consecrated receives direction and purpose. In the new year, consecration means surrendering plans, decisions, and paths to God. Biblical lessons reveal that consecration comes before true prosperity. This truth is found in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. In the year 2026, this verse reinforces that biblical success goes beyond external results. The Bible shows that God honors surrendered hearts. Biblical lessons teach that when the year is consecrated, it becomes fruitful. Consecrating the new year involves aligning daily decisions with the principles of the Bible. Professional choices, relationships, and priorities become guided by eternal values. Biblical lessons show that consecration is not a one-time event, but a continuous practice. In the year 2026, this creates an environment conducive to inner growth and spiritual direction. When the year begins with seeking, trusting, and consecrating, something deeper is prepared. The Bible reveals that God works not only in circumstances, but in the heart. Biblical lessons indicate that before external advancement, inner renewal is required. And it is precisely this inner transformation that begins to be addressed in the next step of the journey. Walking with God is not sustained only by external decisions, but by a transformation that takes place within. The Bible teaches that God begins His work in the heart before directing broader steps. Biblical lessons show that it is not possible to move forward spiritually without addressing what still weighs on the inside. Inner renewal is the foundation of a life aligned with God. The fourth biblical lesson we learn to live a new season is to place the past in God's hands. The Bible teaches that carrying old mistakes, guilt, and wounds compromises the present walk. Biblical lessons reveal that the past should not define identity or direction. Surrendering what lies behind allows God to lead the present. This truth is recorded in Philippians chapter 3, verse 13. Forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead. The Bible teaches that forgetting does not mean erasing memory, but freeing the heart from the weight of the past. Biblical lessons show that spiritual progress requires emotional release. God calls forward, not backward. Placing the past in God's hands involves practical choices. Avoid revisiting old failures, interrupt constant comparisons, and close cycles that no longer produce life. The Bible shows that new growth only flourishes where there is space. Biblical lessons teach that inner freedom precedes spiritual growth. A free heart walks with greater clarity. The fifth biblical lesson we learn to live a new season is to live in obedience, even when it requires surrender. The Bible teaches that obedience does not depend on convenience, but on trust. Biblical lessons reveal that obedience aligns the heart with God's will. It is a daily choice, not a passing feeling. This lesson is grounded in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 19. If you are willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. The Bible makes it clear that hearing and practicing walk together. Biblical lessons show that obedience opens doors that human effort cannot open. God honors those who choose to obey. Living in obedience is reflected in everyday decisions, choosing what is right even when it is unpopular, holding fast to principles under pressure. The Bible teaches that faithfulness in small details builds spiritual stability. Biblical lessons show that obedience protects the heart from dangerous shortcuts. Firm paths are born from righteous choices. The sixth biblical lesson we learn to live a new season is to allow God to shape character throughout the journey. The Bible teaches that God cares more about who a person becomes than about what they achieve. Biblical lessons reveal that character is formed through process, not haste. This truth is expressed in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The Bible shows that character is evidence of the Spirit's work. Biblical lessons teach that fruit develops through consistency and submission to God. Allowing God to shape character means accepting correction, learning through challenges, and maturing in attitudes. The Bible teaches that spiritual growth is revealed through daily behavior. Biblical lessons indicate that a teachable heart walks securely. This inner transformation prepares the heart to face greater challenges that require strengthened faith. When the past is surrendered, obedience is practiced, and character is shaped, something grows strong within. The Bible reveals that this inner foundation sustains faith in difficult times. Biblical lessons show that trust will be tested in the midst of struggles, and it is in this context that faith must remain firm, opening the way to the next stage of the journey. The spiritual journey does not eliminate challenges. but it redefines how they are faced. The Bible teaches that true faith does not develop in the absence of difficulties, but in the midst of them. Biblical lessons reveal that trusting God when everything is clear is easy. Growth happens when the situation is uncertain. It is in this context that faith moves from concept to living practice. The seventh biblical lesson we learn to live by faith is to trust God in times of uncertainty. The Bible teaches that trust should not be based on one's own understanding, but on the Lord's guidance. Biblical lessons show that relying solely on human reasoning limits spiritual vision. Trusting God means acknowledging that He sees beyond what the eyes can perceive. This truth is recorded in Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. The Bible teaches that trust involves total surrender, not partial. Biblical lessons reveal that paths are straightened when the heart yields. Trusting in the midst of uncertainty requires intentional decisions, continuing to do what is right even without immediate guarantees, maintaining principles even when answers seem delayed. The Bible shows that God honors persevering trust. Biblical lessons teach that faith matures when it does not depend on visible signs. In this way, the heart learns to rest. The eighth biblical lesson we learn to live by faith is to understand that challenges are part of spiritual growth. The Bible does not promise a journey without struggles, but a faith strengthened through them. Biblical lessons reveal that difficulties are not punishment, but tools for maturity. Every challenge carries an opportunity for inner growth. This lesson is grounded in James, chapter 1, verse 3. Knowing that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. The Bible teaches that tested faith becomes resilient. Biblical lessons show that perseverance is not born in comfort, but in consistency under pressure. God uses processes to strengthen spiritual character. Understanding challenges in this way changes one's posture in the midst of struggles. Instead of asking only why, the heart begins to reflect on, for what purpose? The Bible teaches that God works inwardly, while circumstances press outwardly. Biblical lessons reveal that those who persevere emerge stronger than they entered. Faith ceases to be fragile and becomes firm. The ninth biblical lesson we learn to live by faith is to remain steadfast even when victory seems delayed. The Bible teaches that God's timing does not follow human anxiety. Biblical lessons show that giving up too soon interrupts important processes. Remaining firm is a daily choice sustained by hope. This truth is recorded in Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap, if we do not give up. The Bible teaches that there is an appointed time for harvest. Biblical lessons reveal that consistency precedes reward. God honors those who remain. Remaining steadfast means continuing to do good, even when there is no immediate recognition, maintaining right attitudes, guarding the heart, and refusing to allow discouragement to govern decisions. The Bible shows that perseverance sustains faith until the process is complete. Biblical lessons teach that those who remain do not lose their way. When trust is maintained, challenges are understood, and perseverance is practiced, faith becomes solid. The Bible reveals that this firmness prepares the heart to live with purpose beyond circumstances. Biblical lessons show that mature faith begins to overflow into actions, and it is precisely this overflow that leads into a life marked by purpose and love in the next step of the journey. A life guided by God is not defined only by right decisions, but by a clear purpose that directs daily actions. The Bible teaches that living without purpose turns days into empty routines. Biblical lessons reveal that every choice can glorify God when it comes from a heart that is aligned. Purpose is not distant. It is expressed in the simplest actions. The 10th biblical lesson we learn to live with purpose is not to live merely by routine, but by meaning. The Bible teaches that everything done should be done with the Lord as the reference. Biblical lessons show that when the right motivation guides actions, even ordinary tasks gain eternal value. Living with purpose means acting with spiritual awareness. This truth is recorded in Colossians, chapter 3, verse 23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. The Bible teaches that purpose does not depend on the role one holds, but on the intention of the heart. Biblical lessons reveal that God delights in actions done with excellence and sincerity. Purpose transforms daily life. Living with purpose is reflected in responsible choices, honoring commitments with integrity, treating people with respect, and acting with dedication, even when there is no recognition. The Bible shows that God observes faithfulness in small things. Biblical lessons teach that those who live with purpose do not waste opportunities to glorify God. The 11th biblical lesson we learn to live with purpose is to love and forgive as an expression of faith. The Bible teaches that love is not merely a feeling, but a decision. Biblical lessons reveal that forgiveness frees both the one who gives it and the one who receives it. Loving is a spiritual choice that reflects maturity. This lesson is grounded in Colossians chapter 3, verse 14, which binds them all together in perfect unity. The Bible teaches that love sustains healthy relationships. Biblical lessons show that without love, any spiritual practice becomes incomplete. Love is the bond that keeps everything in balance. Loving and forgiving are expressed through practical attitudes, choosing not to hold resentment, acting with mercy, and responding with grace even in the face of offense. The Bible teaches that forgiveness interrupts cycles of pain. Biblical lessons show that those who love reflect the character of God. Love transforms environments. The 12th biblical lesson we learn to live with purpose is to be light wherever God places us. The Bible teaches that true faith does not hide, but is revealed through good works. Biblical lessons show that each person is called to positively influence the environment in which they live. Being light means living consistently with one's faith. This truth is recorded in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. The Bible shows that good works point to God, not to human ego. Biblical lessons teach that testimony is a daily practice, not a speech. Being light involves attitudes such as honesty, compassion, and justice. The Bible teaches that small actions can generate great impact. Biblical lessons reveal that living with consistency strengthens faith and inspires others. When purpose and love walk together, life becomes a visible reflection of God's presence. When one lives with purpose, chooses to love, and decides to be light, something begins to solidify within. The Bible reveals that this posture sustains hope even in difficult times. Biblical lessons show that a prepared heart learns to wait with confidence, and it is precisely this persevering hope that leads into the next step of the journey. The walk with God is strengthened when it is sustained by constant hope. The Bible teaches that hope is not an illusion, but a confidence grounded in divine promises. Biblical lessons reveal that those who learn to wait develop spiritual maturity. Waiting on God is not stagnation, it is silent preparation. The 13th biblical lesson we learn to live with hope is to wait on the Lord with patience and trust. The Bible teaches that spiritual strength is renewed in those who know how to wait. Biblical lessons show that haste weakens faith, while trust strengthens it. Waiting is an exercise in dependence. This truth is recorded in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. The Bible reveals that waiting produces inner renewal. Biblical lessons teach that God works while the heart learns to trust. Hope sustains the journey. Waiting on the Lord involves keeping faith active even when answers are not immediate, continuing in prayer, persevering in good attitudes, and refusing to allow discouragement to dominate the heart. The Bible teaches that hope protects against emotional weariness. Biblical lessons show that those who wait with trust do not lose direction. The 14th biblical lesson we learn to live with hope is to recognize God's faithfulness in every season of life. The Bible teaches that God remains faithful regardless of circumstances. Biblical lessons reveal that remembering past faithfulness strengthens present faith. Recognizing God's faithfulness produces spiritual security. This lesson is grounded in Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 22 and 23. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. The Bible shows that God's faithfulness is constant. Biblical lessons teach that even in difficult times, mercy remains. Recognizing God's faithfulness involves exercising spiritual memory, recalling deliverance, provision, and care already experienced. The Bible teaches that gratitude is born from recognition. Biblical lessons show that those who perceive God's faithfulness strengthen their trust to continue. The 15th biblical lesson we learn to live with hope is to live with gratitude and praise in all circumstances. The Bible teaches that gratitude does not depend on perfect conditions. Biblical lessons reveal that a grateful heart keeps faith alive. Praise is acknowledging who God is, regardless of the moment. This truth is recorded in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God. The Bible teaches that gratitude is a spiritual choice. Biblical lessons show that giving thanks transforms perspective and strengthens faith. Praise sustains the heart. Living with gratitude is expressed through simple attitudes, recognizing small blessings, maintaining edifying words, and choosing to praise even in the midst of difficulties. The Bible teaches that gratitude draws the heart closer to God. Biblical lessons show that those who give thanks live with greater spiritual lightness. When hope is cultivated, God's faithfulness is recognized, and gratitude becomes a way of life. The spiritual journey is completed with maturity. The Bible reveals that these principles sustain a firm and steady faith. Biblical lessons show that living this way transforms not only the journey, but also the heart. This is the ground where all learning is consolidated and prepares the spirit to apply everything that has been taught. As we reflect on each of these biblical lessons, it becomes clear that walking with God is not built on isolated moments, but on continual decisions of the heart. The Bible reveals that seeking God, trusting His direction, obeying His voice, persevering through difficulties, and living with gratitude are not separate practices, but parts of the same life of communion. When these truths come together, faith moves beyond knowledge and becomes lived experience. Perhaps as you listened to or read these biblical lessons, one of them spoke more deeply to your heart. It may have been the call to obedience, the invitation to persevere, or the reminder to cultivate gratitude even in challenging seasons. The Bible reminds us that God does not seek perfection, but a heart willing to turn toward Him. Communion with God begins when the heart chooses alignment, even in the midst of imperfection. This is a sincere invitation. Turn your heart back to God. Set aside time to be with Him, to listen to His Word, and to pray with honesty. The Bible teaches that intimacy with God transforms thoughts, decisions, and attitudes. Biblical lessons show that a life guided by God is built day by day, through simple yet steady steps. Now take a moment to reflect honestly. Which of these biblical lessons will you apply immediately in your life? Will it be seeking God more intentionally? Trusting even when understanding is limited? Obeying even when it is difficult? Persevering without giving up? Or living with greater gratitude? Write in the comments which lesson you are choosing to put into practice today. That decision can mark a new level of spiritual growth. If this message spoke to your heart, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can continue learning, growing, and strengthening your faith through the Bible and biblical lessons that build the heart. Walking with God is a journey, and it becomes even richer when it is shared.